What's up, my fellow YouTubers? Welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. Hi, this is Nickie Poo. Today we're going to go over my second favorite binder. And there's really no rhyme or reason pretty much in this binder. This binder got started on an accident. So, as you know, my favorite Pokemon is Ninetales. But I also was collecting Pikachu and Eevee and Snorlax and stuff like that. So any card that had any of those characters in, I would just throw them into this binder. And then it just kind of took off in a land of its own. So pretty much this is what we have. So these are like all Pikachu cards in the beginning that I was getting. I would just throw them in the binder. And I just kept it. Hollows, commons, didn't matter. Promos, it didn't matter. If it had Pikachu on it, I just saved it and tucked it in here. And that's how it got started. All different types of promos. I don't even know every Pikachu card I have in here. Because like I said, anytime I got a Pikachu card, I would just throw it in a binder. I might have duplicates on top of duplicates. It don't matter. Then I went to Eevee. Same thing. Any Eevee card I got, just threw it in here. No rhyme or reason, just threw it in here. And it just developed like that. It just started happening like that. Snorlax. Mewtwo. Mew. It didn't matter. I just liked a lot of these cards, you know. These are some different Snorlax cards that you don't see that often. You know, I wish they would get back to this type of art like this instead of the same old thing where they just got him basically laying on the ground, you know. But I'm going to tell you, Mewtwo's art, they don't skimp on that. All the cards with Mewtwo, nice. Nice. Real nice. The artwork is just phenomenal. I kind of run into scenarios. So like this card right here, if you can see, it's got those radiant lines going through it. Well, I have a section in the binder where I collected a lot of the cards that had that radiant line in the background. So do I put that card with that one, or do I leave it with the Mewtwo's? Those are the kind of dilemmas you run into. But if you get duplicates, you don't have to worry about it. Jirachi has a lot of nice cards. A lot of nice cards. When I was doing my Pokédex, I have a lot of nice Jirachi cards. So wait till I tell you how the Pokédex has evolved into something totally different. That's kind of crazy. So what I did in the Pokédex, I ran across this YouTube channel called Check the Box. And what they did was they put together, if you watch their videos, they have a video on every Bulbasaur card, every Ivysaur card, every Venusaur. They went in order. They're going in order of the Pokédex. So you get to see every card that's made. So I wound up following behind them and doing the same thing. So kind of turning my Pokédex into that. Pretty funny. Now I don't necessarily have to buy all the cards that I'm missing or whatever. It's just the fact of me knowing what cards, all the cards that Bulbasaur had and stuff like that. It's just for knowledge, you know. If I choose to purchase cards to fill that slot, I can, but you don't have to. That's, like I said, that's the best thing about it is you can find your niche, find a way what really makes you happy. So I figure if I do it that way, I could kind of group these cards in together so they'll all be together. I like a lot of these hollow effects. Love it. Some of these cards are so nice. Like, I love this card right here. It's nice. Nice. Look at that. Can you see that? The hollow. This is a nice card. A lot of nice cards. Like that Sable Eye. That Gengar. See, cool and different. I get to see different pictures. Because, you know, a lot of people used to complain all the time, you know, tired of getting the same design. Switch it up. Do something different, you know. Bring some more art into it. And here you get to see more art into it. Just collect a lot of hollow cards that I liked. Some of them I bought, you know. I bought and I just throw it in there. And every time you start doing stuff like this, it always turns into something else. Because then next thing you know, you find yourself collecting stuff. So I have found that I had quite a few of these Deoxy cards. And next thing you know, I just started collecting those, putting those in there, you know. That's how it happens, you know. It just flips into something totally different. You didn't intend for that to happen. It just started happening. Look, primes. Next thing you know, I started collecting prime cards. I didn't intend for that to happen. Now these I love. The Delta species, I love these cards. Love, 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 love. Look at that hollow effect. This card right here in the PSA 10, I think is like $10,000 or some crazy astronomical amount. These cards are very expensive. But my thing is, I don't even know how they got a PSA 10 out of them, because all these older cards, I don't care if they're kept well, but PSA do not like vintage cards. They have a hard time giving out 10s, I tell you that. I don't know how, let me see how good. What quality is. Now, this definitely won't get a 10. It definitely wouldn't get a 10. But even if it was good, because I have some cards in here that look really, really, really clean. I don't know. This Espeon card right here, another one. Very expensive. The Umbreon, very expensive. But I love just look at the radiant shine of them. It's just awesome. Look at that. That is so cool. The way that effect of it. See, that's different. They need to bring stuff like this back. Which they probably will, because what I've noticed is they go back in time. Mix the old with the new. Which is a good thing. Which is a good thing. But look how that shine. That is so nice. So nice. My Ninetales. Jolteon. Look at that. Latios and Latios. This is nice right here. Look at, and then this is a different style. The Dragon Frontier. Look at how this one shines. I think that is so cool. And like I said, they need to bring this stuff back. And like I said, they probably will. Probably will. Can you imagine this in a full art? Man. Some more Delta species stuff. Charmeleon. It's this Crystal Guardians, ain't it? Man. So that's how this binder came about, right? Because I didn't complete these sets. I just had cards here and there. I didn't have the cards, the sets completed. So when I started, organizing, trying to see what I had, I just started taking all the cards that, like, that one with the radiant, the one I showed you with the Mewtwo. These got like the radiant background. See the radiant, the lines behind it. I just started all the cards that had this background. I just put it together in the spot in the binder, and that's how stuff happens. That's how all these cards on this page have this background with those radiant lines. And like I say, I didn't complete the whole set. I just had cards here and there, but I liked the cards. I liked the background and the hollow effect. So that's how this came about. So both of these pages have that type of effect on their background. Like I say, a lot of people don't find this interesting because this is old school, OG, you know what I'm saying? But I like some of this old art, I'll be glad when they get ready to incorporate some of this old art to the new art, because you see it's coming back, coming all back, right? The Megas is coming back. You got your, what's the set coming out? The Rocket set, Team Rocket set, you know what I'm saying? So, full circle, full circle. So it's pretty cool seeing some of this old stuff get reincorporated into the new stuff. I love these Flareon cards. They're so different. Look at the art. Look at that type of art. This old school art. Look at that. It looks different. It's not like you're getting the same picture over and over again. You got, some of it got the cracked ice background, cosmic foils, all the different stuff. Now, I really love this card. My plan was to fill this whole page up with this card. I never completed it. Like I said, you get moved to something else. You start doing other things. This is supposed to be my Rockets page. Stuff like that. Tag Team Rocket page. But like I say, you get moved to doing other things, and that's what happens. Sidetrack all the time. Like my Mega. Like, I was hoping to have my Mega section of my binder. I was planning on having that totally complete before they even started talking about Megas and all this stuff, right? I got sidetracked to start doing other things, and now all of a sudden they started talking about Megas coming back, and I was like, oh no, really? I had no thought that Megas was going to be coming back at the time that I was doing that collection. So now that it's out there, and now that they're bringing Megas back, it's going to be very expensive trying to complete the set now, put it that way. I had started working on my alt art section, trying to get that complete before a lot of those cards had started going up in price. Wasn't able to do that. The cards started jumping up in price, wasn't able to. So like I said, you start doing something and then you get sidetracked on doing other things. But yeah, I was hoping to complete this whole page with this card. I love this card. I had to wind up buying it in the PSA, not PSA, I got a CGC 10. I had to wind up buying it. I sent a couple of them in and I got 9s. So I was like, I'm not going to keep sending these cards in. So I just went on ahead and bought it. It wasn't that expensive yet. It was early on. So I found it in a CGC 10 and I just grabbed it. So yeah, I don't know if I'll ever finish this page or not, you know. Now this is something I'm not exactly sure what I want to do, because some of the radiants I like, some of the rainbows, and then others is just like they're okay. It's just okay, you know. But I don't know if I want to keep this like this or not. Like this. I like this in a rainbow effect. It looks like that type of picture should be or could be in the rainbow effect. The Leafeon, you know, the Glaceon. I don't know if I necessarily agree with the trainers. I like this. I like this Arceus in like a rainbow effect. But I don't know if the Mew, I like that in the rainbow effect. But I don't think all these pictures look good. This look okay in the rainbow effect. But I don't think they all look good in the rainbow effect. So it's just like certain ones that I like in the rainbow. I don't really care too much for the trainers being in the rainbow. So I don't know. Like I like these, the tag teams. I love the tag teams. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. So like I said, this binder is just like cards that trying to figure out how I really want to line this up. This all the shinies. I had more. Some of them are probably in my Pokédex binder that I was doing. So some of them, I got a whole set of them, all of them graded. So I do have all this in the PSA 10. But like I say, some of my extra ones is in other binders. Same thing with my what are these called? Amazing Rares. No, not Amazing Rares. What was these called? Was it Amazing Rares? Yeah, Amazing Rares, right? Amazing something like that. Whatever. You know. And then I started, the level X's started. The EX's started. This wasn't even intentional. It just happened like that. You know, I had cards. I'd start putting them together. And I was like, okay, well, I'll group it all together. And there you go. No complete sets. None of that. Like I said, this back in these eras is when I was not into Pokemon at all. At all. So I missed out on a whole lot of these. And I wish I hadn't. Because this was a good era. This was a good... You look at the cards, how they look. You know. The design, the style, the art, the character, the way they pop it off. Like, it looked like it's popping off the card, you know. Different designs. Break cards. These are all the break cards I had. And a lot of these cards I got recently. Because since I've been doing YouTube, I've been opening up a lot of collection sets. Older collection sets. Like with ancient skies and roaring ancient. Just a lot of different older sets that I've had the opportunity of opening up. That I've been opening up. Evolutions, I went crazy over evolutions recently. You know what I'm saying? Since I've been doing YouTube, opened up a lot of evolutions. So a lot of these older packs that I missed out on at the time that they came out, I was able to open up quite a bit of it and get a lot of these cards. That's why I say some of these cards are in good shape. They're not, you know, necessarily bad shape. Then I wanted to collect all the A-Spec cards before they stopped. Make sure I at least get one of each one before Pokemon stop doing this. These were nice cards, nice additive to the set. The only thing was, it's too many. I think they should have spreaded it out, maybe every other set or something like that, instead of back to back. But Radiant, my Radiant set, I like those, the Radiant cards, pretty cool. Now these are all the gold cards, right? Different types of gold cards. Different types, all the different gold cards. Different energies. So that's what's in this binder. This is like what I consider a miscellaneous binder. This is like my go-to binder when I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with the card. So I just find a spot in here and put it in. So that's basically what my two main binders consist of. One binder is all my favorites, everything. This one is more like cards that I like, I don't know what to do with, and I don't want to lose them. So I kind of find a spot in this binder to put them in, and it just usually builds and transforms into something else. But these you have seen my two main binders. So my first video, that binder is that's my number one binder right there. But this one is my miscellaneous. So guys, I hope you like it. Eventually a lot of this stuff will change. Like I say, I'm doing that check the box video. If y'all go to their channel, it's called Check the Box, and see how they are basically doing a Pokédex basically, and they're listing every Pokemon card that each Pokemon has been on, and they're going in order. And I think they're up to, I think they're starting with the Squirtle pretty soon. I think they're up to the Squirtle. So that means that they have done Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard. They have completed all those. So there's videos on those. Anybody want to look at it and see what that is basically what I'm doing now to try and get everything together. So guys, my next video, I'm probably gonna show maybe my Prismatic Evolutions binder. I don't know, that won't take long because it's really nothing to show there. I was hoping I can get a hold of some Prismatic Evolutions products so I can open it and add to the binder. You know, that was the initial game plan, but we shall see. We'll see what happens, see if I can get a hold of any product, and take it from there. Until next time, guys, like, comment, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified on my next video. Until then, this is Nickie Poo, and I'm out. Peace.